Hi, everybody. My name is Robin Rosser, and I am on those two Volleyball Girls podcasts.
Hi, I'm Kayla Spangler.
And I'm Summer Johnson.
Well, this is Summer. She's from upstate, and I'm here with her. We kind of met through classes. And I just want to start by asking, what is your favorite part about upstate?
Well, I play on the softball team here at Upstate, and I would say my favorite part about Upstate is the balance that I can have between academics and the athlete life. Like, I'm able to really balance being the best I can be at my sport and being the best I can be in the classroom.
Nice. And do you feel like your coaches support you through that too?
Yes, knowing that I transferred in, they were very flexible with the classes that weren't able to transfer and the labs that I have to do. They work around my academic schedule, which is really nice.
Okay. And what's your major?
I'm majoring in biology.
So fun.
Do you know what you want to do with that after your graduate or undergrads?
Yes. So after I get my degree, I plan on going to graduate school, and I want to do the PhD track for biology. And then after I hopefully get my PhD in biology, I will go into life science or biomedical research.
Wow.
Who's doctor? So you said out of high school, your recruiting process was different. Can you explain to us kind of what that looked like?
Yes. So out of high school, I went to a junior college before I came here, and I played softball since I was around 10 years old, and I played on the local travel ball team. And I didn't know it at the time, but I guess it's known that you should join once you start becoming the age to be recruiting, or when you join the recruiting circle, you should be on a team that has network and is well known. So a lot of girls, when I was being recruited, committed to their school when they were 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. If you were committing in 10th grade, that was considered late. And that's for the Power 5, the bigger mid majors. And after my year, that was when they passed to the September 1st rule, when you couldn't commit a player until September 1st of her junior year. So when I eventually joined a bigger name travel ball team, I got an offer from the school that I attended, and then I got a couple more offers after that, and I ultimately decided that Gulf Coast State College was the best path for me. They were the best team in their conference. It was a very competitive conference, and it was a really great chance for me if I wanted to play after that. If I put up the numbers and played well, I would be able to go to a 4-year school. So I went. My freshman year was COVID year, so I played a little bit less than half my season, and then COVID shut it down. And then the next year, I played the whole season. And then about right before the season started, my sophomore year, was when I committed here and signed and did everything like that.
Okay. So being here, compared to JUCO, what does a typical day look like with in season and out of season?
In the fall, you get on campus, and they give you about a week to learn where your classes are and get settled in, and you'll start 8-hour weeks. And here they do 4 hours in the weight room, 4 hours on the field. So you'll go to the field and do individuals, and you'll go and you'll do hitting, you'll do stuff for your position, and then you'll work out 3 days a week. And then in the fall, they'll ramp up to 20-hour weeks, and that's your fall season. And then you'll play up to 8 games, and then 20-hour weeks will end, and then you go back into those 8-hour weeks. And then once spring starts, it's 20-hour weeks all the time, and you're practicing 5 days a week, and then you will lift as well during that time.
Okay. And do you like the lifts here, or?
Yes, I enjoy the atmosphere that the weight room brings.
Yeah.
The athletic training and the strength department, they really prioritize health of their athletes. We have a really great nutrition bar. We have a really great setup in there, and they really help you get the best you can be with sport specific workouts.
Okay, nice. And I guess after college, what do you see yourself doing? Because I feel like that's not talked about enough, where like, oh, we're done with your sport. It's kind of your identity, like.
Right. After softball's over, I think I want to like compensate for all the time I spend outside. So I think I want to do a lot of outdoor hobbies. I really want to get into rollerblading. People at home, I feel like I see rollerbladers all the time, and they look like they're having a great time. And I feel like that's something I'd really enjoy because that's just the way to like. Because I'm not going to move right back home. I want to go to graduate school kind of far away. So I feel like that'd be an easy way to like explore where I live and like maybe appreciate where I live more.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think I really love hiking.
I was going to mention that. I think I want to go hiking.
Yes.
That.
Love the outdoors. I kind of want to do yoga, but I know a lot of yoga's indoors. Maybe find like an outdoor yoga.
Puppy yoga.
Goat yoga. Goat yoga.
I want to try that so badly.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so fun.
And then I'm also really excited for having my own goals in the gym. Mm-hmm. So like looking forward to, instead of doing like sport specific workouts, I can do workouts where I focus on like my getting as strong as possible, or like extending my stamina and like maybe signing up for 5K once and then seeing where I go from there. And maybe even doing like a half marathon, working up to that.
Right. And not just like training because you have to like perform better for your sport. It's more like training because you want to.
Yeah. And like you stay healthy for your own goals. And,
aesthetics.
Right. Or become a bodybuilder, or I don't know, do something fun. Not that what we do isn't fun.
No, yeah.
Having more personalized time to enjoy what you do in the weight room. Because I feel like the team atmosphere is really great because they can always push you to do better. But I feel like it feels a little bit better when you push yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, wow, I did this on my own.
Right. Yeah.
I think like a big part of like Division I sports or any level of like college athletics is like you don't understand when you're younger is the commitment you're making and the time that you're giving up, the aspect of college that you don't get to understand when you're just a regular student. So for you, like what has your coaches' impact played on that? Because I know that your coaches, like you interact with them on a daily basis, you see them all the time. Like how has that been for you?
They definitely want like softball to be one of your priorities. And here at Upstate, there isn't like Greek life isn't super big here. There's a couple like really involved student clubs. Like I know student government tries to be really involved, but I think that like being a part of clubs and like student unions and stuff like that, that's something that I feel like a lot of athletes feel that. Not that they missed the chance on, but it's something that they're not really able to do because they can't spread everything out evenly. So I think that's one thing that's like missed out is being involved in clubs or being involved in community service, you know?
And like some teams I've noticed, like our team tries to do community service, like whether it be, going to practices with like kids and like helping them out, or like just going out and getting the word out about like games or, just pretty much anything out in the community. But yeah, I think it's not a huge part of athletes' lives, but I think it should be.
Yeah. So. And I know there's a lot of teams that will do like food drives and they'll go to elementary schools and read for kids. Or like I know softball games will invite like there's a little league nearby and like we invite those girls to come stand out on the field with us during the national anthem, or like we'll have teachers or faculty sometimes throw the first pitch, or like an alumni come throw the first pitch. So I definitely try to stay involved with the community, but I feel like sometimes when you get in the zone of your sport, it's hard to try to put more energy into something else other than your sport.
Well, it is like full-time job. Sorry.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, I would say like on the flip side of that, there's a lot of things that we do get to experience as an athlete. Like we get to go travel to really cool places. Like you get to have all these like connections in athletics, and it really does help. Like you get to meet people, you get to have all these like learn skills that you wouldn't get. So like, I don't know, what's like a cool place that you've gotten to travel to because of softball?
I had never been to like the northern panhandle part, so I guess I got to move there and live there. Like I lived in Panama City Beach, which is like it used to be a really big
Southeast.
vacation destination. And that was really neat, like seeing how it's like just a like completely different part of Florida and like almost a different culture, I would say. And then also like moving here, I'm so much closer to the mountains. But like in my sport, we got to travel to when I was at my old school in Gulf Coast, we went to this town in Alabama. And it was a really, really small town. And we played exhibition games, and the whole town came out. And they like had a dinner for us, and it was like really nice. So I think just like seeing your impact on like those small communities was like really neat. Like all the kids were there cheering us on. Like every time a foul ball was hit, the kids would go chase it. And just really nice to see like those little towns be excited to even host us.
Yeah.
So little things like that I think are really nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Robin?
Well, we got to play at Florida this past year. So like that was really cool just because like it's Florida. But every year our conference tournament is held in Foley, Alabama, which is like right near Mobile. It's like the Gulf Coast. And we get to stay in like a little like resort, and it's right on the water, and then we'll go to like the beach for a day and have really cool meals. So I think that's been one of my favorites. And we surprisingly, West Virginia was really pretty when we went there.
I'd say the furthest we travel here, I think, is Longwood, Virginia. That's like the furthest we travel.
Yeah, Longwood doesn't have a volleyball team, so I've never been there.
Kayla, you went to Illinois. Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Well, actually, it was funny. So, well, it really wasn't that funny, but now that I look back, we went to I forget the school, but we went to Illinois, and on the bus ride there, one of my teammates was like, I think she tested positive for COVID. And our assistant coach had to rent a van and drive her back by herself. She's fine, but so everybody who wasn't vaccinated had to quarantine for that whole tournament. And, that was like half our starters. So we were down like a bunch of people. And it wasn't fun, but it was like, on the fly. It was like kind of something to look back on. So
yeah. And I feel like not the COVID aspect of the travel on that trip, but like those long bus rides and like any type of long travel is just like that bonds you with your teammates because you're like, just got to get through it.
That same year, last year we went to the bottom of Florida by bus. Yeah, that was interesting, but it was such a bonding experience because we did have a beach day, and like it started like pouring, and we went to this gas station, and we were getting like cussed out by this lady for standing out on like the like front part of the gas station because it was like pouring while our bus was trying to find us. And like just stuff like that. Like it's such a bonding experience. So just interesting stories you come out of sports with that like you normally wouldn't.
Never.
So
you also get to meet so many different people. Like at my old school, we had a girl from Australia on our team. And that was really cool. I never really got to be that close to somebody that was from a whole different country.
Yeah.
And she was really cool. That was a really cool experience.
We just have people.
Robin, is anybody on your team from like pretty far?
Just from Ohio,
Okay, that's pretty far.
No, we have 2 girls from Kansas, 2 girls from Illinois, and then there's a girl next year coming from California.
Wow, that's far.
I know. That's like, I cannot imagine not being a drive away from home.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's why I chose upstate, was because it was so close to home.
I know. I'm so jealous. That's a nice drive that you have.
Yeah, I would have. Not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
I'm like midway. Like, I'm probably like a 9-hour drive from home.
Midway.
Midway.
It's not like California to Georgia, but it's.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I can't drive home like on the whim, but if I really wanted to, I could drive home on Friday and drive back Sunday night, like Sunday evening, and make it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I believe you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still pretty long.
Yeah, because my 4 hours gets long real quick.
Honestly, if I'm really homesick, the hour and a half, like I'm not gonna complain about it. Like I'm not complaining, but like you're just like in the car and you're like, all right, can I get home already? So yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, it's been great having you, Summer.
It's been great meeting you.
All right, and we will see you guys on the next episode.